Supply on North Magnolia. Call them at 352-234-3840.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt on a overcast, cloudy, but reasonably warm Monday morning. Cold front moving through, going to chill it a little bit, then it'll warm back up, and then by Christmas Day, it will be bone-chilling cold. But Christmas Eve, I got a chance for you to relax, and it's only a drive away. I'm talking about Miami Beach, Florida. Yes, that Miami Beach with its 7 miles of beaches, its international cuisine, its art and culture, and you could win a hotel stay in Miami Beach and a tank full of gas, but you can only win if you call in and give us your name and number. Just call 352-732-8000. That's 352-732-8000. Miami Beach Paradise is only a drive away from your friends here at WOCA, The Source. I will be giving that trip to Miami away in the 8th, or right after we talk to Galen Unall from Life South on Thursday. Hopefully we'll get Galen in here on Christmas Eve. Galen, are you planning on making an appearance Christmas Eve here?
No, I got to go to work. I mean, I'll be on the phone.
Right, but you'll be on the phone. That's what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
Christmas Day, there won't be any Galen Unall, but Christmas Eve, we'll still have Galen Unall.
No, not Christmas Day, but Christmas.
How about this
Eve,
trip to Miami Beach? It's getting close, buddy. We've got a lot of entries. I think last count we had like 92 entries.
Oh, that's awesome. I would have expected a lot more than that.
People, well, what we do is people try to sneak it in and double up on you. You know,
yeah.
People, and I'm not. We're not the double up type. You know what I mean? Give everybody the same chance.
No, man, you got to sort it.
Give everybody the same chance.
Yeah.
Just because you call in 7, 8, 12, 15, 13 times, you know, that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean we're going to give you that many entries. You know what I'm saying?
No, just one.
Just one. This weekend, very upsetting weekend for me as a sports fan. We'll start with the obvious reason I'm upset. The Atlanta Falcons blow another double-digit lead, and I believe your Tampa Bay Buccaneers were the beneficiaries.
Well, and I'm watching that game, and I'm like, my gosh, this team starts off so terribly. Brady misses wide open passes. Players drop balls. The defense completely misses assignments. They're making the Falcons look like, they're the Kansas City Chiefs. And they come out in the second half, and they're a completely different football team. I mean, it helps that Matt Ryan is the Atlanta Falcons quarterback.
Yes.
But that's not even on Matt Ryan. I don't think he played that poorly at all. They just don't have any heart. You know what I mean? When you look at them, wow, there's a couple of dogs over there. They don't have that guy who is just going to make a play when you have to make a play.
Well, they have that guy. But he's been injured this year. His name.
Oh, he's old.
Well, Julio is old, and Ridley's trying to fill in, but he's just not doing it. And the Falcons.
No, but he's not. But you need it. You know this. You need that in your running back position. You need that in your linebacker or safety or defensive end.
Well,
you need it on somebody who can put their stamp on the game without any help. Neal's a stud.
Keanu's a stud at safety. Okay?
Yeah.
But other than that, he's got no help on that defense. None. Zero.
Correct. I mean, their linebacking core is it's just not there. I don't know if their linebackers made a single play yesterday.
I do not believe that they did.
I think they maybe between the whole core had like maybe 10 tackles.
I mean, think about this.
Again,
think about this. Tom Brady, not the most mobile guy. Can we agree on that? At his age of 43, not the most mobile guy. So if you can collapse the pocket around him, you got a good shot. And like you said, the Tampa Bay, it was like the first quarter and a half they were trying to figure it out. And so Tom got hurried. He took a sack, got knocked down a couple times. But then the offensive line figured it out, and Atlanta didn't adjust to Tampa Bay. That's the problem with Atlanta, is Atlanta doesn't adjust. In the NFL, it's all about adjustments. Once a team figures out what you do, they adjust. Then you have to adjust to what they've done. And Atlanta doesn't do that. They were still playing the same defense, but now the Patriots were picking it up. The blitzes were getting picked up, and it just was like shooting fish in a barrel for the Buccaneers after that.
Yeah, so what's the future of the Falcons? I mean, who's their next head coach?
It better not be Raheem Morris, I tell you that.
I think he's a leader in the clubhouse.
So do I.
I think that's what the Falcons want. I think he checks all the boxes.
And that's the thing. He checks all the boxes but one, proven winner.
Yeah, so who would you pick?
I would do my best because Arthur Blank's money can afford it. If Eric Bieniemy isn't in there the first day he's available to be interviewed, Arthur Blank should sell the team.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. I know he's like red hot right now.
And
what about the Jags?
But by the way, he checks all the boxes too, doesn't he?
Agreed. Yeah. Well, okay, so what do the Jags do?
The Jags just need to keep losing because Trevor Lawrence will go play in Jacksonville. He won't
but
go
who's
play
going to
in
be
New
their
York.
coach?
Well,
who's going to be their coach?
Bring Dabo with him. Come on.
No. Dabo would be a fool. He'd be a fool.
Oh no, Dabo's going nowhere. He's Clemson.
No,
God.
but seriously, I think they should bring in somebody like McDaniel.
Well, people forget the name Danny Ford in Clemson because of Dabo Swinney.
Yeah, that's true.
And I never thought that would happen.
Well, when you watch that Clemson game against Notre Dame, Notre Dame takes the early lead.
3-0.
And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Well. And then they went 3 and out, I think. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe we're going to have a football game. And then Trevor Lawrence decided, you know what? We're not going to run the ball nearly as much. Or I'm just going to run it myself.
Yeah.
And he started doing that and keeping it. And so the defensive end had to honor that. And then they just destroyed him.
So, with that being said, let's jump right into it because Florida loses to Alabama, and everybody's giving Florida all these props. They hung with Alabama, and Alabama just couldn't stop Florida's offense. Florida's offense is as good as Alabama's offense. Alabama's defense is just a smidge better against a great offense than Florida's defense is, and that was shown by the totals of 52-46. So Alabama wins that game they're supposed to. Clemson wins their game they're supposed to. Now it gets a little hairy because Notre Dame gets blown out. Okay, and no matter what the final score was, Notre Dame got blown out. Clemson beat them convincingly. Nowhere after that first field goal, and then Trevor Lawrence decided to take the game over, nowhere did you feel like Notre Dame was winning that football game. So that begs the question, because they'd already beat Clemson once, but a Clemson without Trevor Lawrence, but Notre Dame only drops down.
8 other guys?
Right.
And 8 other guys?
8 other guys.
So.
Notre Dame drops down only one spot to the number 4, leaving out an undefeated Cincinnati and a one loss only to Alabama, Texas A&M. A lot of people think the committee got it wrong. I'm saying a lot of people think the committee got it wrong. What do you think?
Let's start with Texas A&M. Give me their signature win.
University of Florida.
Correct. I agree. That's their biggest win against a 3-loss
Florida team.
Other SEC team.
Right. That took a bad loss to LSU, by the way.
Correct. So, okay, if we're going to do this, what was Florida's signature win this year?
Probably Georgia.
Okay. So Florida isn't nearly as good as we think they are, right?
Right.
And the only one that Texas A&M got was against a Florida team that's just not nearly as good as
But people will argue they played an entire SEC schedule.
Okay, I get that. All right, so let's go on to Cincinnati. Cincinnati, what's their signature win?
I couldn't tell you because I don't care.
Right. Correct, because you don't know, and you and I know sports as well as anybody else.
Maybe Tulsa in the championship game, maybe?
Maybe. I guess it would have to be.
I guess it would have to be. I'm just impressed that I knew they played Tulsa in the championship game.
That's pretty good. So they're out because of the strength of schedule.
100%.
So,
Galen's in the Gainesville honeycomb where you lose contact. Are you back, Galen? We really lost
I don't
him.
know. I can hear you.
Oh, there you are.
I can hear you. Great. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. So that leaves Oklahoma, right? Oklahoma doesn't have a signature win.
No.
It's a terrible year. We know Ohio State was going to be in, and so why not take Notre Dame, whose only loss is to the best team in the country?
And we lost Galen again.
Today, whether you think it's this weather, man.
Are you there? Galen, call us back. Give us a call back, Galen. You know, we lost him. This weather, these clouds.
I'm right here.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Right here.
This clouds in the cell signal. They don't let it go good.
No. But Oklahoma had no signature win.
No
so you're left with Notre Dame.
And can we just say, because the committee's going to say Notre Dame had the best resume, blah, blah, blah. Okay, literally, you could make an argument that Notre Dame or Texas A&M, you could flip a coin on which one should be in and which one should be out. Now, the argument be said you don't need two SEC schools in, especially being that one SEC school beat the other one that would be in the tournament. I get that. And you could say, well, you don't need a Notre Dame team in that lost to its conference to Clemson, that's already in. But really, if it's a coin flip, and I know the committee will never admit this, but I think, by the way, the committee got it right. I think the committee got it right, and I'll tell you why.
Absolutely did.
I tell you why. Because when it comes down to a coin flip, and it's a this is a made-for-television entertainment thing.
Yes.
For people to think otherwise, for people to think this is about a trophy for the powers that be in the Power 5 conferences, the athletic directors and the presidents of these universities, and for people to think television does it just because they want to see a champion. It's about how much ad dollars they can sell. It's about money. And Notre Dame is much more marketable than Texas A&M. I'm sorry, they just are.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, I think ideally the NCAA wants a team from every corner of the globe, to get more and more people interested. Bottom line is Notre Dame beat Clemson.
Yeah.
That's the biggest win in the country this year, and that signature win is more important than A&M beating Florida.
I hear people screaming in their cars as they're driving. Tell me Ohio State's signature win.
They haven't lost.
But they've only played 6 football games.
I know. The only person who's yelling that is you, by the way.
6 football games. Alabama's played 11 games. Alabama, by the time this tournament's over, if Alabama gets in the championship game and wins it, they will have won 13 games. If Ohio State gets in there and wins it, Ohio State will have won 8 games.
8, correct. That's again, I have no problem with
Alabama played two more games in conference.
Correct.
Then Ohio State's going to play total.
You're correct. You're not wrong, Tom. You're not wrong. I mean, but you can't sit here and say that they don't belong in the championship.
I can. I have a radio show that has my name on it. I can say it all I want.
Well, you're right. Then you're wrong. They belong there. They belong there.
Hey, we belong on a commercial break right now is what we belong on.
All right.
We'll be right back after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
I'm Jan from Palm Garden. Christmas in 2020 sure looks different than it has in years past.
I'm Crystal, and it's fair to say this year has been like no other for the healthcare and the whole community.
We want to thank our frontline staff who continue to care for our residents every day.
And thanks to the family members who have been unable to visit for so long.
We wish each and every one of you a blessed holiday season. Merry Christmas from Palm Garden.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz on a Monday morning, an overcast Monday morning. We're on the phone with Galen Unall from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, family owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30 years. Penn Flooring owes every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. Penn Flooring is a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solutions for your flooring needs, having experience in both commercial and residential fields. Go see their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street in Ocala, or call them at 352-351-3420 for more information. We'd also like to thank Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offered skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions about Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center or how they're handling the COVID-19 pandemic, please call 352-854-6262. That's 352-854-6262. Thanks to the good folks at Penn Flooring and Palm Garden, we're able to bring you Galen Unall from Life South every day at this time. And Galen, we both agree that the committee got it right. We both agree that this is an entertainment and a money situation. So if Texas A&M doesn't like it, don't lose to Alabama. You know, that's how you get included, is don't lose. That's why Ohio State's in. That's why Alabama's in. They don't lose. That's why they're in. Whether I agree with Ohio State or not, there's a 0 in the loss column. That's why they're in. But now it sets up for an intriguing match at the Cotton Bowl. First time Florida's ever played in Texas there. They're playing Oklahoma. I really, though, would have rather have seen a rematch of Florida-Texas A&M in the Cotton Bowl. I don't see Florida-Oklahoma, I guess, but I'd have rather seen Florida get a chance to, as a Florida fan, and I will tell you, orange and blue glasses, I'd have rather seen Florida get a chance at Jimbo Fisher with the ties, former Florida State coach, Texas A&M, only team to beat Florida until they lost to LSU, of course, but the first team to beat Florida. I think that would have been a better matchup interest-wise for the SEC, but maybe not for the country. What do you say?
No, I completely disagree. I'm glad they're playing Oklahoma. I want to see if this Oklahoma team can compete at any level with any of the top level of the SEC. You know, that's what they've been fighting for years, is that kind of respect. And this is a young Oklahoma team. Let's see what they got. Really, let's see what they got. We already know that Texas A&M is on the rise. You know, you can say whatever you want about Jimbo Fisher. The man can coach.
Yes, he can.
This, there is no doubt. He can coach and he can recruit. Now, what happened at the end of his tenure at Florida State, I think, is well documented. I think he did the right thing by getting out of there. And I think that's why Florida State's in the place they're at, is because of what they were trying to do to that guy and what they did do to that guy. And you know, Texas A&M they're saying, yeah, just go win, Jimbo, and that's what he's doing. And I think they got a good matchup themselves, so I have no problem with it. I want to see this Oklahoma game.
Oh, no, I admit
the game that everybody wants to see is Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence playing against each other.
That is what everybody wants to see.
That's going to be epic.
But that's not – but can we just go ahead and say that even though the committee got it right in our estimation, that there's like a 99.9% chance it's going to be for the seventh time Alabama and Clemson. I'm so tired. Yeah. Okay, it's like the Cowboys and the Steelers of the 70s. You just got tired of watching it.
Well, it only happened 3 times for the Cowboys and the Steelers. They just happen to be 3 of the greatest Super Bowls ever played.
But it happened in a 6-year period.
I understand.
A 5-year period, excuse me.
But again, what you want to see is the best teams play against each other. Period. Right? That's what you want to see.
Well, then Ohio State shouldn't be in the game.
I don't disagree, but you know, we have this system of the top 4.
I know.
Right? And they belong in the top 4 teams. Let's see if Ohio State can get over the hump and beat an Alabama team.
You know who
I think we agree that this is the most beatable Alabama team in the last few years.
You know who got
by
really
anybody else
rooked?
other than Clemson.
You know who got really rooked in this whole thing? And I know the division they play. I know the conference they play in. I understand, but they did everything they were supposed to do. I know when I say this name, you're going to say, oh, God. Okay, Coastal Carolina did everything they were supposed to do. They won every game put in front of them, and they get rewarded by playing in the Cure Bowl.
That's a huge bowl for this team.
It is. It's their first bowl ever.
It's a massive, massive.
Can you tell me who played in the game last year?
No, but they change the name of the bowls all the time.
No, it was the Cure Bowl. The Cure Bowl last year, too. It's been the Cure Bowl for 9 years.
All right.
Do you know who played in it last year?
I honestly don't even know what city is it in?
It's in Orlando.
So is this like one of the Chick-fil-A bowls?
But
or the Peach Bowl or whatever?
it's the Cure Bowl. It's for breast cancer awareness. It's the third of the 3 bowls that are in Orlando. It's the third one in the pecking order. It's the smallest. They play it at the Orlando City soccer field. They don't even play it at Camping World Stadium. They play it at the Orlando City soccer field.
With COVID, they're not going to let fans in there anyway.
But are you ready for this? It's a game where usually you're like 7-5, 6-6, 7-4, 8-4. Last year's teams, 2 7-5 teams, Liberty and Georgia Southern. That's the only reason I know who played in last year's bowl, because it was Liberty and Georgia
who
Southern.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Liberty again. But Coastal Carolina's undefeated. And I understand it's the biggest game in their history, but you could have put Coastal Carolina somewhere besides the day after Christmas in the Cure Bowl.
But who's going to go watch them? Well, that
nobody's going to watch them. It's all on TV this year. That's why it would have been a perfect year.
Bowl games are all about putting butts in the seats and heads in beds.
It is. I know.
And this year none of that's going to happen. That is unfortunate. They're going to play pretty, but at least they'll get a bowl game win. Because that both teams are going to take it seriously.
Oh yeah. Oh, Hugh Freeze and Liberty will come to play football, brother.
Yeah.
Don't think for a minute Hugh Freeze.
Who's Cincinnati playing?
I don't even know. Do I care? Let's be honest.
No, I mean, there was a time when I cared about every single.
What this championship did, but what this championship did, the way they set it up, is now you really only care about the semifinals and the finals. Unless your team is in one of the other bowls, all you were worried about are the semifinals and the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm okay with that, really. To be honest with you, okay with that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I remember when we used to watch the Rose Bowl because it was important, and you had to watch the Orange Bowl and the Sugar Bowl.
Well, you remember the 4 bowls back in the day when we were kids. The Fiesta Bowl came along in the late '80s, but when we were kids, it was the Sugar Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and the Rose Bowl. That was it.
That's it.
That was it.
That's it. The Cotton Bowl was it for a long time.
Cotton Bowl was king, brother.
Because Oklahoma was always in
the Big Eight Conference and the Southwest Conference.
Yeah.
Oh, kidding me?
Yeah, that was fun.
The Big Eight had Nebraska and Oklahoma, and the winner of the Big Eight played the winner of the Southwest Conference. Southwest Conference had Texas, Baylor, SMU, Texas A&M. So it was really, the Cotton Bowl was really a bowl game between, the Midwest, the corn-fed Midwest and Texas, but still, because they were usually two of the three or four best teams in the country every year, it was a game you had to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, Galen, we got about a minute left. I know you're on your way to Gainesville. I know there's a dire need for blood. Tell people where the blood mobile is, and if they can't get to the blood mobile, where else they can go.
Well, today we're going to be out in Marion Oaks, out at the Winn-Dixie out there. So come by and see us if you're in that part of the county. But we're always on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Just get the life and donate blood. We are still testing for the antibodies for COVID. We are in dire need. We're in emergency need of everything. Right now we have less than 1 day's supply of blood, and we're not going to be collecting blood on Friday as it's Christmas. But our blood usage is really skyrocketing, and our donations are way down because we don't have any place to go. So if you've never donated, now is the time to give it a shot. It only takes about 30 minutes, and you can save 3 lives. So please, just get out there, give the gift of life, donate blood.
Thanks, Galen. Talk to you tomorrow, pal.
All right, be good, man.
Yep.
Bye.
Coming up next, Sonda and Tom with a Monday. Brittany Jewell and Trevor Deshaw, both scheduled to be on the show right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.